Okay, we are. Oh, wow.
Alright, I'm okay. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. You commandeering the Swift chat?
Yes. Are you commandeering the YouTube chat? Hey everyone. Hi Chanel.
Hey Alex, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing great.
Hey Arthur.
Hey YouTubey friends. Right, you on Swift chat?
Yeah.
Can you just let everyone know it's still a cafe ride? It's not a sprint, not a... For everyone tuning in, hello, hi, hi my friends. This is a cafe ride. There are, you'll know if you're riding this on Zwift with me, that there are set intervals. That's because last week's ride was very much just a cruisy ride, but we can't stay banded together, so it doesn't really make it like a group. Sort of was just like a bit of an everyman for himself, although there were plenty of us all together. So this is it's definitely still a cafe ride. There are a couple of intervals in it, but don't be scared off by the word interval. I'll run you through everything during the warm-up, but it's very much still a cafe ride. Just think of it as these small little pockets where we're sprinting for cake. So on a real life cafe ride, I'd be poodling along, and then every now and again when I could see the cafe in distance, it might just spur me on that little bit faster. So I hope that you're all ready, and we'll just cruise along for the next 7 minutes while we wait for everyone to jump on board. Alex, as normal, is commandeering the Zwift chat because I can't do YouTube chat and Zwift chat and talk and ride a bike. So I'm cruising. He's going to be on the Zwift chat, but I can see both chats, so I can verbally chat. And how many times do you think I can get chat into a sentence? Because
as many times as we talk about altitude.
Yeah, I feel like that should be that can be part of the bingo for today. Is every time you see Alex, you just need to either raise your drink, because we're saluting him at altitude. Because if you didn't know, we're at altitude, and that's if you are joining us and you've never ever seen anything of us before. It's because my partner Alex, he is a cyclist, professional cyclist, and we live at 2,000 metres above sea level at the moment, and that makes him a little less competitive on the world of online racing.
14% less competitive.
Oh shush. So he likes getting his excuses in early. I'm at altitude also, but it's sort of the only thing I find is that it's a little bit harder to catch my breath. But otherwise it's just another day on the bike, just another day pedaling. So in life news, we adopted a stray cat. Her name was Diane. We found her in our car park, and she was with us for 8 days, and then she jumped out the window and hasn't been seen since. So we think she's either gone back to her original home, wherever that was, but we're pretty sure the owners had left her because she was so thin. But we've heard rumours of a farmhouse not far from us that we're going to daily, shaking the biscuits and just trying to see if she's around, because she has apparently been spotted down there. I'm trying not to worry too much, that she survived a good couple of years before we came along, so she's a tough little thing. But Albert's around, and no doubt he'll be coming in soon to say hi at some point. He spends a lot of time sleeping, and then a lot of time during the night he's awake and wants to chat and meow and howl, but he's a good cat. So yes, Diane and Albert are all good. They are around. Diane's just not in her house at the moment. And hello to, I'm just noticing a whole lot of comments coming up from international, where everyone's from all over the place, which is super cool. If you're from New Zealand, salute you, because I know it's the middle of the night there. So you're doing well to be on Zwift and training at the moment. And hello from Australia, Perth. Nothing like a cafe ride at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. That's going to set you up. I reckon you'll have a really good sleep after this though. So hey to Lisa, thanks for coming on board. You're being awfully rude just sitting in the corner here.
I'm commandeering the Zwift chair.
Okay. You gotta sit down out
We're going
frame.
soon. We're going soon.
Yeah, 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes.
2.5 minutes. Dropping a lot of frames.
You're a frame. So Alex is IT technical support, and any very specific technical questions on cycling, obviously feel free to ask. Just here for the peddling, here for the chats, and I'll talk you through as we're going through every interval. But like I say, don't be put off by the word interval. This isn't a hardcore training ride, and it's all relative to, if you're doing this on Zwift, it's relative to whatever your FTP, your functional threshold power, is set at, and that's completely adjustable. So if you're getting to a point where you can't talk or you're finding it really, really hard, all you need to do is jump into Zwift and just bump the arrow down, and that will drop your FTP, which will in turn make the session a little bit easier. I'll probably do that because I'm at altitude, so I'm getting my excuses in also. But no, we're got a couple minutes to go, 2 more minutes. And there is a slight, if you are riding and watching, there is a slight delay. I think it's about 20-25 seconds between what you see on Zwift and on YouTube. Well, I don't know how to fix that. We've tried, so there's nothing.
Got it down to 6 seconds once. That was an exciting day.
That's the best we can do with our limited resources while lockdown's going on. And we don't have a fan, so it does get a bit sweaty, a bit hot boxy, but that's okay. And there's 40 seconds to go, so we'll just start. Probably should take off my hoodie. Woo!
I'll take this for you.
Yeah, thank you. It's quite handy.
Swan.
Yeah, having a Swanee. Mechanical support, IT support, snack provider.
Right, you're into the warm-up.
Alright, we've started. Here we go. No, we haven't. It's got 10 seconds to go.
Oh yeah, thank you. Beg your pardon.
So hard to get good help these days.
Beg your pardon.
Alright, team. Got 5 seconds to go. So just start with a nice, cruisy, warm-up pedal. Here we go. The warm-up is 8 minutes long. So just enjoy spinning those legs. Just really cruising. What you're looking for is just a nice pedaling pace. If we were in amongst a group right now out on the road, which obviously we can't be, so this is why we're joining forces digitally, but we'd be able to chat with each other like I'm doing at the moment. It's just a nice, I call it a poodle. I don't know where that word came from, but in one of the bike groups that I ride with, they always talk about going out for a gentle poodle. So this, my friends, is the gentle poodle. There is no dog in sight. There's a cat that could probably pass for a poodle. But yeah, this really is just a nice, easy spin. It will progressively get harder because the first block that we're doing, it's very much we go from warm up and then we have 1 minute of quite hard work in amongst the cafe ride. I'm calling that. That's like when you've seen the turn off for the cafe. So you're just going to put the foot down, pedal to the metal, a little bit of gas, but it's only for a minute, and that's going to get our heart rate up. And then the middle session is about 4 minutes in between every 1 minute block. So it's really cruisy. We're all sticking together. We're all banded. I don't think anyone can, like last week if you tuned in. It was a group ride, but I kept getting distracted and then I'd drop off a little bit and then all of a sudden there'd be like 100 people ahead of me. So the group ride, the banded function can only work if it's training sessions. So I got Senor here to write up a training session and he's done an epic job with it. I think it is very aligned with the cafe ride values, which is very much just cruising. So I hope that you've had a nice start to the week. It's Monday, and Mondays at the best of times can be a little testing, but today, well, like, I don't know, everyone's obviously from different countries, so you're all at different stages of isolation and quarantine, but we're really hoping that in the next couple of weeks we'll be able to go outside a bit more freely. The most important question is what have I baked today? This is time for a confession, my friends. So I had this whole thing about how today's ride was going to be themed around donuts. So if you saw the Instagram post, it was a donut, and I had baked some donuts yesterday. It's the first time I'd actually made donuts, and I ate them. So there are no cafe ride snacks. I'm really sorry, but
I can bring in some
Alex
chocolate.
will be bringing in some snacks. He's on snack patrol, and I'm thinking, don't know why, but I've got hankering for Rice Krispie bars, so I might be cruising onto that later on. But yeah, I hope that everyone's got their cafe snacks ready to go, and a water bottle, key part. You want to make sure you've got your hydration station on board. Alright, so we're just about coming to halfway through the warm-up. You should still be at a nice steady pace, just increasing that power a little bit. If you're following the same watts as I am, you can see we're aiming for 84 watts at the moment, and that's likely to jump up into the hundreds as we get closer to the end of this session, the end of this warm-up. If you're not on Zwift and you're just poodling along at your own pace, just think this is cruisy, that's just starting to feel a little bit, that heart rate's starting to pump a little bit more. If you've got a heart rate monitor strap on, which mine has, it has paired correctly, then you'll see that those beats per minute are going to start going up, and when we hit that very first 1 minute sprint for the cake, the aim of that is to try and get a heart rate pumping. Yeah, I don't know why I've just told you the story about donuts, because now all I can think about are donuts. I really want a donut, and they were really easy to make. They were actually, the bread, like the doughy bready goodness, was quite simple to put together. You just have to fry them in lots of oil and then roll them in sugar. Oh, really delicious. Someone's just asking, Alex's TT bike review on YouTube, is there such a thing?
There will be one day when we get the race wheels.
Yeah, at the moment there's a few bits missing with quarantine, so can't properly chat you through, but if you're interested, good sir, there's plenty of reviews on YouTube, some of them being mine, and I like to keep the reviews as non-scientific as possible, so that for all of us newcomers to the sport, we can understand why a bike might have planks on it. It's confusing. Thought your hands went here, but your hands can go here. The TT position, the aero tuck, it's probably not going to help us today. We've got 2 minutes left of this warm-up, so just that heart rate should still be coming up. You'll notice, obviously, as we go through, you'll be reflected in how I'm able to speak and the various stages of exertion, which will be visible. But just keep poodling along. There goes that word again. Keep a nice steady rhythm with your strokes. Keep those legs moving around in circles. And try and think of pushing, not pulling. Just focus on creating a circle with your legs. And we've got a minute before we're going to start hitting the sprint for the cake. So someone's just said it's a poodle, not poodle. I always thought they were saying poodle, so I've been calling it poodle this whole time. A nice gentle poodle. poodle. And high five or a high five to the person who said is it wrong that I chose doing this over setting my students some work. Oh man, you need a couple of minutes to clear your head and, you know, do your exercise before jumping back into work. That's cool. Do what you gotta do. Glad to have you here. Welcome along. Okay, so this is ramping up a little bit, the last 20 seconds. It's got a little bit harder, I can feel the pressure on my pedals. But I'm still just focusing on cruising and making those circles. We're going to be coming in to the first interval, which might be a little bit bitey. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I think because in my head I'm like, okay, we've got the sprint for the cake coming up. And so naturally I'm like, donut, cake, hard sprint, but it's worth it. But we've actually got 2 minutes now of a slightly more relaxed pace than what you're just doing for the end of your warm-up. So if you're with me on Zwift, you should be riding, I'm sitting at about 85 watts, and we're going to be holding this for 2 minutes, and then we're doing the cafe sprint. Sprint for cake. Pootling. Okay, so can we get just a poodling? Pootling. I feel like poodling still works though. Because if you think of a nice little poodle just cruising around, you know, it's got no harm for anyone. You can sit up if you need to at any point. Get the air into the lungs. It's really cold outside at the moment, so I might actually have to stay in my t-shirt for a little bit. I'm getting warm, but if you've got your fan set up, you've been riding for a bit, you're starting to feel warm, strip it off. If you've got someone near you, do the lasso, throw it back to them. That's my favourite part of this particular stage in the ride. And if you are a support person, well done to you right now. It's a good time. Alright, 20 seconds, then we're going to do it. We're going to do it, folks. We're going to sprint for that cake. It's going to be unpleasant, it's going to be a bit hard, but it's only a minute. And the minute's going to go super quick, so as you can see my bike's just notched it up, that power's hit. So I'm now going to be holding a little bit more power for 1 minute. I'm sitting at 185, but that's my FTP because I've set that low enough so that I can converse with you all, but you want this, you know, you want this to feel a little bit horrific. We want a really good push, you want that heart rate to really come up, but these are really short, this is only going to happen twice, and there's big gaps in between them. So think of this, you've seen the cafe, you've got that cake lined up, or maybe that bit of bread, Maya's, maybe a milkshake too. You can see it, you're in amongst the group ride, but you don't want to wait in a queue when you get to the cafe. No, you want to put that order in, you want to get that food. So you're pumping it, you're going to be pumping it pretty hard. I've only got a couple of seconds to go, and reduce the power. So that should have felt hard. You should be a little bit out of breath, but as I said, that's 1 minute, and then we've got 3 minutes back to our poodle pace where we're just cruising. How are we going? I
We're good.
That actually.
Oh, she's stripping off.
That was just what I needed to get my heart rate up, to do the lasso, to give to IT support. He's just standing out of frame, but he's cruising. So, we should be feeling nice and warm. Yes. Someone said beast mode is engaged. I don't know how beastly I get on the cafe ride, but if it's a Saturday and I'm hungry, there's not a lot that can stop me between then and that piece of cake. So a fun, interesting thing we did this morning was I took myself to the salon. By salon I mean I painted my nails, I waxed my eyebrows, and then somehow managed to convince Senor to tidy his up as well. So that was, you know, a bit of self-care, Sunday evolving into Monday. And a couple of people are questioning at the moment what sort of flavour milkshake. Well, let me run you through. Got to be some sort of non-dairy but creamy milk, so like a coconut, rice milk, oat milk maybe, frozen bananas, bit of peanut butter, bit of cacao powder, bit of protein powder if you're into that sort of thing. Whiz it all up. You know, if you're feeling crazy, put a bit of ice cream in there, put a bit of cake in. We sort of, if there's any leftover baking, chuck it into the smoothie. And you get a pretty decent, pretty chunky, but pretty decent milkshake. And it brings all the boys to the yard. And it's a delicious time. So if you're thinking about that milkshake, we've got another little sprint coming up.
30 seconds.
In 30 seconds. But just think, it's only a minute. It's only a minute. And then we'll be back to this nice little poodling pace. Everyone ready? Everyone ready to go? Ten seconds. And yes, we're going to go full beast mode for cake. So we want 60 seconds, what we call zone 4, so it's got to be uncomfortable. It's got to feel a bit bitey. Here we go. It's only 60 seconds though, so it's going to go a lot quicker than you think it will. Just concentrate on making those circles with your feet. Concentrate on engaging your core while you're sitting here. The more you thrash around on the bike, which is what I used to do, the harder it makes it. You're not climbing and you're sitting still at the moment. So you want to try and keep as steady as you can and just really focus on pushing that power through the thighs. Thick thighs save lives, here they go. And just really push that down. Focus on your breathing. Make sure you're getting enough air in, but really hold that pace. Only another 10 seconds to go and then we're done. So it's bitey, but it's coming to an end. And look at that. See? And then we're back to our poodle pace. How are we doing? Y'all still with me? Awesome. As you can see, my breathing's heavier now. My heart rate's up. So this is what we want. This is what we want from the cafe ride. We want to get to the cafe and go, yeah, we earned that. We really pushed to get to that point. The next block of 20 minutes is going to be a bit of a slip between, sorry, just call me butter, I'm on a roll. I don't know where that came from, but the minute I said it, and so Alex has been commentating, and I keep saying every morning, I'm like, okay, like 3 words, just 3 words that you've got to slip into the commentary somehow. And I tried to make them relatable to racing, so I think one was slug, and the other was, I thought it was brilliant, you know, call that man butter, he is on a roll. And I was crying with laughter because I thought I was hilarious. Needless to say, it didn't end up on the live commentary, but you'll probably find it frequently used here on YouTube in the Swift. So for everyone who's done it so far and you've hit your numbers, or you're just with me, you're still with me here, call yourself butter, my friend, you're on a roll. Oh, butterbean. So I've also just keep referring to poodle pace, or poodling along, or let's go back to that poodle speed. In cycling terms, That's called a recovery rep. But you know, we don't want to bog ourselves down with the specifics of intervals or recovery reps or, you know, FTP and data and science and number and cadence. Like, just focus on your legs moving. If you've got numbers to hit, that's awesome. If not, just keep that heart rate pumping. Because the last thing you want to do is just peter off to the point that you're not part of the Peter Poodle pace. And I'll see you at the cafe. But here we go. We've got our next little block coming in.
5 or 6 out of 10 difficulty.
You're sort of looking here for a 5 or 6 out of 10 difficulty. So it's not going to be as grippy or bitey as what we've just done. But it should be a bit of, you know, an up from the pace that we're doing at the moment. And again, I know it sounds really simple or straightforward, and you might be going, what is she on about? But just really focus on engaging your core, holding yourself steady, and letting that power really push through your thighs, pushing down on the pedal, trying not to move around too much. If you're finding this really, really difficult, just jump into Zwift and lower the arrows down so your FTP adjusts, because everyone's numbers are going to be difficult. Obviously, you can, they're going to be different, but you can obviously see what my numbers are. But everyone's should be relative, so this effort should feel relative to what your 5 or 6 out of 10 does. So I'm a little bit breathless, but I can hold this relatively comfortably for a little while. It's not the same as the first block where we did that minute sprint and we really needed that rest afterwards. We really wanted to stop pedaling. This should feel like a push. And this is, like I say, I think it can be quite intimidating jumping on Zwift to start with, or any training platform really. If I didn't have Alex here, I'd be quite lost, because there's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of data, there's a lot of terms that maybe you're not familiar with, but you can just get on your bike and ride. And if you're lucky enough to be in a country at the moment where you can get outside, that's amazing. Jump on your bike, poodle along, enjoy the outdoors, enjoy getting your exercise in. We get an hour every second day. It's really confusing, but I think we understand it as an hour every second day. And you can walk or run, but no cycling yet. So we are resigned to inside for now, which is fine. It's really helpful. Actually really awesome to have so many people that come along to this and listen to this dribble for 50 minutes. I apologise in advance. But here we go, we've just come back to our poodle place. So you should be able to sit up, get some air into the lungs. You're slowing down a little bit, just easing off the power. And we've got a couple of minutes here before we go back into that same block. And we're cruising. I really enjoy this part of digital Zwift riding, because it means it's the one time in my life that I can ride no hands on the bike. So I really enjoy this sitting up block. And if I had people in the apartment across from me that were perhaps doing this, I'd be doing a Mexican wave, just sending it throughout the building.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Are you going to join this hand? I'll send it back.
Not on the screen.
Could you imagine if you tried to do that on the road, like with people, and if you just turned to someone that you were riding with and you're like, hey, just going to stop you there 1 second. Can we link hands and just feel the vibe go through? Alright, 15 seconds. Then we're going to kick it again. So you should feel nice, ready for this. 5 more seconds to go. Again, just keeping those legs spinning. It's going to be a little bit harder You have to push a little bit more, but again, you got 2 minutes here, and that 2 minutes will go quicker than you can think. So someone's saying there's a bit of a lag. Again, apologies about that. I don't know why, because I really do have quite a good laptop, but Zwift does just really seem to slow it down. And same issue with the fan, is there are no shops open and we don't get post here, so we can't get anything delivered. So it really is just working with what we've got. But I appreciate your patience if this is a little bit frustrating, and I hope for everyone who's on Zwift, you're in good hands, because the seniors doing the text updates, so it's all good.
Emily Barrow from Bellow Sports CC, her cafe snack today is a Chanel oatmeal raisin cookie.
Oh, sing it, sister! An oatmeal raisin cookie. That's awesome, Emily, who's got her cafe snack ready. If you can, let me know what your cafe snack is. I've told you about my donuts, but I'm thinking straight after this it's going to be Rice Krispie time. Like Rice Krispie peanut butter bars. It's a nice easy hit of sugar. Right, 20 seconds to go. See, that went pretty quick. I keep forgetting that we're cruising to this. But looks like we're all still together, which is awesome. So much colourful kit. And there is going to be a Thighs Club jersey on Zwift. It is coming. They're obviously horrifically slammed at the moment. And Thighs Club is probably not to the same level of importance as all of the other teams that are racing on there, like Savinios and whatnot, but there is a Thighs Club jersey that will be coming. I'd like to say you would be able to just pick it and wear it, or if we're doing this ride you can wear it. I don't think it'll be something that you need to unlock. And then for anyone not on Zwift, there will be new Thighs Club jerseys coming soon. Like proper actual, like you can touch them type thing. Like real life jerseys. Someone's got date and pecan scones for cafe snack today. Tell me more. Tell me what goes into those. Date and pecan. Love a good pecan. Some of my favourite cookies are made out of pecan. And yeah, they're delicious. Again, anyone new, when we're talking about snacks or food recipes, I post everything over on Instagram. This is the easiest place because you can whack a photo on, put the description up, and there you have it. Alex is still here. He's literally just out of shot, concentrating hard on being a good IT support. We're still in the recovery, but we've only got another 20 seconds here. So we're going to go back to that 2 minute, just lifting up from the recovery poodle pace. Another 10 seconds and we'll be pushing again. Remember, nice big circles through the feet.
Chris Weston has Anzac biscuits.
Someone's got Anzac biscuits. Chris, send me one. So this is slightly longer. This is 3 minutes. But instead of being a 5 to 6, looking more of a 4 to 5 out of 10. So we really should be able to talk relatively comfortably. If you are at a point where this is, you're getting breathless, your heart rate's up, you're struggling to keep up, just like I say, jump into Zwift, knock back that FTP. I do that almost in most sessions, actually, so truth be told, when we loaded this up, and I think it may have frightened some people, I don't know why, but it had set at Alex's FTP. So someone had said, oh, there's a block of 400. I was like, 400? What? That's 400 watts in layman's terms. That would be me going the absolute hardest I could and I could hold that for maybe 2 seconds, and then my legs would go on strike. They'd be like, no thank you, I didn't sign up for this. And whereas there's lots of obviously riders who can hold that. So important to note when you do any kind of training, online training, if it's digitized like this with your FTP, it's always going to be relative. So my zone 4 or 5 feels exactly the same as Alex's zone 4 or 5, but we have very different numbers. And that's just because we're very different athletes. We're actually very different people too, but that's the crux of this session, is that it should all be relative and that we should be cruising towards the cafe. The end actually isn't too far in sight now. So I've got another minute at this pace, just holding it nice and steady. Let me know how you're feeling, let me know how you're doing. Should be just a little bit of a sweat test, should be getting a bit of person. I mean, we're warm. I've got Arctic chills blowing in. Honestly, it's like 4 degrees outside. It may even snow. So it's like a fan. It's keeping me cool. But yeah, you should have a little bit of sweat coming because you're working hard. And even if it's a cafe ride, 9 times out of 10 I'll end up at the cafe a bit sweaty, a bit damp, you know, a bit of perspiration. Okay, oh, what else have we got? Banana and chocolate flapjacks. Delicious. Love a good flapjack. We're coming to the end of this block, 5 seconds. So we're going to go back, you guessed it, to the poodle pace. What we're doing here is the blocks of effort are getting a little bit longer, and the blocks of poodling or recovery getting a little bit shorter. And that's just building us up for the finale, which will be another sprint for cake, but it's only a minute long. It's a good session. We're going to get to the end of it, and probably we'll talk about donuts. And use your breathing here. Use it as a chance to get some air back into your lungs. Don't know if I told you about my altitude, so it's really hard for me to get air into my lungs. It's not so bad. You do get used to it. Someone's got oatmeal cream pies. Oh, hit me with that. What are they made of? Obviously oatmeal and cream, but I feel like it's sort of like some sort of baked dessert. Alright, here we go. Another 3 minutes. This is at your 4 to 5 out of 10. So still able to chat, still able to talk with your companions around you. You can talk with me. I can. Oh, there is a neighbour across the way. They're not on Swift, but they did wave. So you can chat with me. You can chat with Alex. Both on here. And like we said, so Alex runs his session on Wednesday, call it the TT Tips. We also live stream that, but it's a lot harder than, so he can chat a bit, but often he'll end up like this going. So if you want a really, really good workout, you can hook up with him on Wednesday. Otherwise, feel free to pop on by again next week for the Thighs Club Cafe ride, which we're doing right now, but it'll be slightly different again. So every week, just slightly different. Keep it interesting, keep our body not getting too used to the same thing, which is going to improve our fitness and improve our ability to get stronger and faster on the bike. Now it's weird, I know so many people I've spoken with are struggling at the moment with not having a goal. Oh, it's the same, it's a bit weird to sort of say, oh, I'm going to train. Training for what? Try and think of that fitness as, well, for me it's just keep my body and mind, my body and mind, words, my body and mind in the best possible place they can be. And obviously with not being allowed outside and our apartment being the size it is, I barely hit 1,000 steps in a day, let alone 10,000, which is the recommended minimum. So going on the bike has been a lifesaver, and doing little home workouts, doing bits of yoga here and there, stretching, just keep your body moving. I promise you it does make everything feel that bit better. It's almost got more Anzac biscuits, which is good. People asking about the files for these rides. There actually is, at the moment, no way to share them without directly, I guess, emailing them to people. But we have asked if we can pop them onto Zwift so that if you can't join in for these particular streamed rides at the time that they're on or the day, that you'll be able to do the session. So, heading back into this 60 seconds of poodling. Gonna sit up and get the air in. Oh, how are we doing? Maybe have a slug of water actually, I'm feeling a bit thirsty. Hey, there we go. Okay, 20 more seconds. And we're going to block it to the next sessions. So they're going to be a little bit longer. Still a bit grippy, but still within the realms of absolute comfort, possibility. Oh no, jokes. Absolute jokes. These are the hard ones for the end. We've gone far quicker than I thought we had. Sorry. So, heading to the big guns, 60 seconds, this is your cafe sprint. There's only one more of these once this is done. So we really have got through this session remarkably quickly. I really thought we were. Anyway, 30 seconds to go. So like I say, engage the core, push through the thighs, feel your thighs moving, feel that blood pushing. It's hard, I'm a bit tired, a little bit worn out, but I know I've only got 10 seconds left and then we're back to poodle power. So, here we go. 3 minutes, back at poodle pace. That really crept up on me. I can obviously see Zwift, but I get a little bit distracted, chatting to you guys, trying to read the comments as they come up, and aware of Senor hovering to the side here. You can come say hi.
Hi, just don't want to disturb you whilst you're in the zone.
Yeah, you're part of the zone.
Yeah, that's really not how it works.
You set the zone.
Yeah. Everyone's doing well.
Everyone's done really well. And we are all still banded together. And the main thing is that this week, the group leader hasn't been dropped. That sounds embarrassing. It wasn't embarrassing, it was just, I couldn't. And again, I'm relatively new to Zwift as well. It's been part of our lives for a long time. Alex steps in and out of it, but I've always preferred to ride outside than on a stationary bike. And it does open up a lot more. Makes it a little bit easier, a little more incentive to jump on the bike. It's just a bit more interesting. And in terms of training, if you can have sessions that you don't have to think too hard about because your bike's changing as it's adjusting, so you're really just meeting the power as and when you need to. And for me, I find that, brilliant. But I know this is the second time I've done this ride and live streamed it and chatting to you all. So thank you so much for coming on board. We will keep doing them every week, and there will definitely be a way we can share the files so that you can do this training even if you can't join in on the session as it happens. Got another minute, just holding poodle face. And then we've got our last cake sprint, guys, and then that's it. It's done. Halas, it's finished. But then we just have a bit of a cruise where we can all talk about donuts. Actually, I've got to start talking about donuts, I'm getting really hungry. You can just use that time to ask any of the questions you've got around your training, what's coming up. Just, feel free to say hi. Okay, 10 seconds. 10 seconds, and then we're gunning it. We are singing the sweet song of Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And it's a flat course, but this is gonna hurt a bit more because it's the last one. And we're tired. We're a little bit breathless. We've got donuts on our mind. We've got the end of the session in our sights. Just really work. If the numbers are changing really quickly for you, so if it's jumping, 20 watts above or 20 watts below, really look at your cadence and just working on keeping that number steady. So you can see mine at the moment is hovering between 87 and 88. So I'm just really trying to keep myself engaged, keep my legs moving in a circle, not thrashing around, not trying to sprint and go over, I'm not cruising off, just nice and easy, spinning it around. And look at that, we're at the bloody cafe. Not quite, we're still with our poodle. Have I thought of a career as a spin instructor? Yeah, I love spin, I do, but I don't know, to do the really uplifting, yeah, I feel the soul cycle. Maybe so never. Christ, if you'd asked me even a year ago, 6 months ago, even 2 months ago, if I would be doing this, they would have laughed and then said no, and maybe said it's more Alex's jam. But I think from so many, and I'm not specifying into gender, but a lot of women I speak to who are getting into this and don't really know where to start, this is a really good place. I always try and keep it as simple and straightforward as I can, because you've got senior on one end of the spectrum who's as involved as living on cycling planet as you can be, and I'm kind of at the other end of the spectrum. So between us, I think we can definitely help if you're getting into cycling or if you're very much involved in cycling already. But spin instructing, I don't know. Maybe we'll hold a live one day. Albert, Chanel, Alex, hopefully Diane, hopefully. We'll just commandeer a big space, set up our stationary bikes. But you do know that if we ever did that, like Alex would be quite serious, and there'd be a lot of intensity in the efforts, a lot of science, a lot of aerodynamics, a lot of the numbers, and then you get me who would be like, okay, if someone stands behind me and does this, Alex, stand behind me and do this. Looks like someone's flying. Ready? Do the fly. Oh, this is my kind of spin instructing. Anything that gets your whole body moving, like jazz hands. Okay, we're coming up, cruising off here. We've got 5 seconds. just about going. And we're in free ride. So free ride is literally anything you want it to be. If you want to sprint right now, gonna sprint. If you want to keep poodling, keep poodling. If you want to join me doing some version of the Macarena, of just making use of your arms, do that too. This is your time. You can get out of the saddle, stretch your legs out a little bit. And if you've got any questions, just let me know. Always good to chat. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for your really nice, kind words. Thanks to everyone from Australia who I can see have joined. That's amazing. And New Zealand, where it's like midnight, 1 o'clock just about. You guys are awesome. And we're people. And everyone that did that, completed it, hit your numbers, that's awesome. Everyone who was doing it not on Swift and just following along on YouTube, they're also awesome. Everyone's a legend. And like I say, if you want to do Wednesday session, that's with Alex. I say it's intense, like it'll be harder than what we've done today. But again, it's relative, so your 9 out of 10 effort will feel the same as Alex's 9 out of 10, even though your numbers will be vastly different. So if you want to do that, jump on board on Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Otherwise, I will see you back next week, I hope. If none of you come back, I'll be really sad and know that this was a terrible idea. And we'll bring Albert in. Hey, bring Albert in.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want. And we'll show you Albert. The next video that's dropping on YouTube, vlog. See, you can tell that not fully up with the influencer speak, but the next vlog that's dropping on YouTube is we did a tour of our house. So I've been watching old reruns of MTV Cribs. So I really tried to emulate that with the commentary. But, oh, Snuggles! Look at him.
So
He's so chill. He's so lucky to have a cat like him. And we think he was getting used to Diane, aren't you?
No,
No, you
he
were.
didn't much like her.
Well, they were trying. They were trying. Albert was trying. They hadn't actually scrapped, which we took as a really good sign. But coming back to the next vlog is a MTV Cribs style tour of our apartment. Just a disclaimer, there is no swimming pool, there is no tennis court, there's no cinema room, but it's a bit of a fun one. Anything else you want to see, let us know. But that's your workout, team. If you want to keep riding, good luck and Godspeed to you. When they go do we stretch, jump off the bike. Been talking about donuts all right and milkshakes, and Rice Krispie bars. I feel like I might need to go make some of those. We didn't have a snack delivery this time.
No.
I have to put in a complaint with Uber Eats, aka Darcy Eats. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. Really hope to see you again next week. And if you've enjoyed it, let us know. If you have anything else that you want to train, let us know. But otherwise, bye.
Bye.